Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 13th of June. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you the key features to look out for. Please stay with me. I will then dive deep to give you in forensic detail each of the 12 zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces. Now this week begins with Mercury, the planet of talk and thought, returning to one of the two signs that it influences of Gemini. Now if this rings a celestial bell, it's because this happened last on the 30th of April. But due to the retrograde, it reversed into the sign of Taurus on the 23rd of May. Now, of course, that retrograde ended on the 3rd of June. It came out of shadow on the 4th, but this could help us to gain a little bit more clarity around some plans which may have seemed to have been somewhat bogged down. But I still feel that clarity is going to be at somewhat of a premium this week. Now, there is, of course, the strawberry full moon on Tuesday in the sign of Sagittarius, which is, if you like, the higher knowledge. The Sun is opposing the moon in Gemini, but actually forges a really constructive link with Saturn all through this week. So if we go through all the processes in a very thorough way, we can still inch forwards. It's just that Neptune, the planet of dreams, of spirituality, but which can be a swirling, misting influence, which can distort, well, that's in a T-square with the full moon on Tuesday. So over the next couple of weeks, fact can be stranger than fiction. So we need to use Saturn's sobriety, really, to check things out, and also Mercury's precision, and also make sure we're keeping the lines of communication open as clearly as we possibly can. Now from Thursday through to Sunday, Venus in its home zone of Taurus is forging a quite beautiful sextile to Neptune. If you're lucky enough to be having a conversation where you can really feel that you're on the same wavelength as someone else, there could be some kind of spiritual connection, or someone could be very generous. It could be through a gift, or it may be a thoughtful note or text message, which can really lift our spirits. But please stay with me for each of those 12 zodiac signs. But if you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand how serious astrology can impact on your personal situation, if you give me 3 pieces of birth data of time, date and place of birth, I can give you a roadmap that can guide you for the rest of your life, and also a 12-month forecast. If you get these two together with my special package, you can get 30% off. Please see the link beneath this video. And if you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be delighted if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. If you're someone who's already subscribed, thank you so much. So Scorpio, your week commencing the 13th of June forecast suggests with Mercury moving back into your 8th house, very much in keeping with the energies of your sign. Mercury about thinking, the 8th house about probing. So a relationship matter where there's been to in and throw in. You've got Venus still in your 7th house, Uranus, which is a bit more restless, and of course the North Node. So a lot of emphasis on how you connect to others, how you represent yourself, how you even compete. Now Venus this week forges a quite beautiful link to Neptune. So if there is somebody that really is capturing your imagination, there could be some very sweet moments between you. But Mercury moving back into that 8th house, the 8th house in a more practical sense, not so much just about devotion, where we're most invested, psychology and change, more about longer term finances. And of course that's where the Sun is. Hey, and then we have the full moon, the strawberry moon on Tuesday in house 2 for you, everyday finance. And because Neptune is actually linking in a T-square between these 2 points in your 5th house of joys, I wouldn't be too quick to indulge anyone that captures your imagination at this time, particularly in a more romantic or sexual way, quite honestly, because Neptune can distort. So it may work better just to work through this next couple of weeks, get to know anybody new a little bit more slowly. But Venus being in your 7th house is still magical, no doubt about it, but of course Uranus can be very changeable. Now, Saturn, the planet of structure, but potentially of resistance and restriction, continues in house 4, home, family, emotion, and of course is now in retrograde. But that is forging a very stable, very substantive link to the Sun this week. So this could be a week when something very important around a property matter is discussed, and you could get to a solid position. But just make sure that all the information that you're processing benefits from that deep dive that Mercury is now going to do, because the more you can pick over the details, the more you can protect yourself from the other side of Neptune's influence, which is less idealistic, less spiritual, and can at times be a little bit confusing or misleading.